Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable. Every time, I'm not kidding you, it gets me all fired up doing that live. It's a lot better than recording it and then doing it later. I tell you what, shit. Clobbering times, NickWeiser, fuck yeah, 24/7 Fusion Media, blowing that shit up. Mark D with a C. God, man, the only thing we're missing is Classic Comics. I don't know what happened to Classic Comics.
I think he said he couldn't make it last week. He said something
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
If I remember right, I think he was going to be busy this week.
Okay, well, brother, we salute you. Hope you got some good comics going, and hopefully we'll see you.
Unless he pops in out of the blue, but this way he said it.
Hell yeah. Guys, welcome everybody out there in the YouTube lands, in the YouTube spheres. Lord Thoth was here first. FKHC 2005. Chris Persia, the Wrench of Wrenches, is here. Thank you for being here, and all of the awesome. I want to tell you guys every week. And if you haven't caught this yet, he incorporates so many people into these pictures. We've got Project Storytime, we've got Mark Infinitely Tired, we've got Mary's Game Room, we've got Arwen Avalon, we've got Snowdub, my brother Snowdub, my Muppet from Another Puppet, we've got Clobbering Times, Classic Comics, Eris, me, so many people in this awesome 24/7 is Bishop, the Mad Doctor of Dega Outlaws, the Blue Lantern, so many cool people in these collages that Chris Persia comes up with. Huge thank you, brother, to you for the awesome work you do each and every single week, man. We can't do the show without you. Thank you so much. Dave C is here. Comic Relief Crusader, what is up, brother? Getting some Transformers in with him. Mark D with the season chat, but he's also here.
I'm here too. Yep.
Holy shit. Pat S, brother. Pat S does so much for so many people. Thank you, brother.
Yes. Penny's here. Hey, Penny. Yeah.
Jesters, Darth Arlena. What is up, Arlena? How are you doing? Penny. I love Penny. Vulcan Lives is here. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. So many wonderful people. You guys are absolutely great. Connie Cleary. Good afternoon, Connie Cleary. New name. I haven't seen you here before. Connie. Welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable, where we get together and we talk about comics. We show off our comic stuff, which, I mean, the only thing I've got like at hand right now is something I already showed off the other day, and that's a 3-part movie series for Transformers, the movie from back in the day, OG stuff. That's all I've got. But we have other panelists that are going to show us some good stuff. You don't want to see Loki's stuff each week anyway. You want me to save it up, show it up. I've got like 8 or 9 short boxes and 6 or 7 long boxes back there. Not as much as this guy down here, though. 24/7 Fusion Media. This guy.
He's always got the good stuff.
Man.
He has the goods. He has the goods.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I appreciate that.
There's a lot of ladies here tonight. Wow, man.
And on the comic book show.
Leia and Mary's Game.
Well, everyone loves Benjamin J. Grimm. I mean,
it's his Clobby. It's his Clobby's here.
Hey, lovely Sherry, my girl. What's up, girl?
The lovely Sherry is here. Hello.
Hey.
It's because Clobby's here. It all makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I'll go with it. I'll accept it. I mean, it doesn't have to be true for me to enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. No.
So we have got an awesome guest today. Of course, the absolute huge pizza, dude. I tell you what, man. Me and you, brother. Me and you on the pizza. So man. I got for the wedding for the it's like my own little like wedding present for me. Yeah. I got an Oni pizza oven. Mary's Game Room is like a helpful wedding present. Was like, I can get you like 50% off this $1,000 pizza oven. And I was like, holy shit, yes. So I got it, and I tell you what, dude, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's fresh, whether it's frozen, whether it's reheat, you can control like top bottom heat And dude, it's so good.
Sounds like it's
Oh.
a better version of. Do you know about the pizzazz? It sounds like an upgraded version of the pizzazz. The pizzazz is like this oven you can just plug into anywhere, and you can just get the pizza. It sounds like you have a better version of that. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm somewhere on the mark, but
It's huge, dude. It's huge.
Is
Like
it
the
gas
oven-
or is it
no,
gas
no,
or
no,
it's
no,
wood?
it's
You
electric.
want the wood
but
one? Electric,
no,
okay.
no, it's electric. I thought about the wood and the wood and the gas one. There's one that you can do wood and gas, but the electric you can keep inside. You don't have to have it outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it will get up to 900 degrees. It is the only electric oven.
Do you need
like
a vent for that, or what do you do with?
It just vents out.
Just vents out. Doesn't like set the fire alarm off.
No, it doesn't set the. Well, I did once, but that was my fault. I left it in there.
You
a
do
little
that
too
regular
long.
cooking
It got-
too. Yeah.
It got a little black. Might have been my fault. But dude, with fresh dough, it leopards the crust to where it's leopard like it's in a real gas oven or a coal. It's great. It's absolutely.
Do you make your own pizza dough or?
I make my own pizza dough. Make
so
my
you
own
buy
pizza
the
sauce too.
Ooh,
That's
right.
sauce. Have you been to Gypsy Poet?
No.
Because I don't know if you know who he is, Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports. I watched all his videos on all the. I think he did like 9 or 10 pizzerias in Houston that he tried, and the one that he gave the best review to was Gypsy Poet.
I will look that up. I will look
And
that
I
up
was
and
just
go.
like, okay, because no, me and my girlfriend, we're gonna land. We'll be in there exactly a week from now. We land in the afternoon, so we gotta go pick up our car rental, and then I think we're supposed to go to NASA, and then after that we're gonna hit up one or two of the comic shops because I'm not gonna wait off on my Cobra Commander, and I do want to check out Sam and Twitch Case Files as well. So
if you get a chance, go buy Space Cadets. Now, Space Cadets used to have a pizza place in the store. They moved, and the pizza place didn't move with them. Unfortunately, but it was, that's like brilliant to have a pizza place inside a comic shop. And they're so good. They've got a lot of really good stuff. The owner is really nice. She knows. You ask her, hey, what about this? She knows exactly what you're talking about. She knows what issue. She knows if she has it. She knows if she doesn't. She knows her shit. But it's really cool. And it's like a 2-story comic book shop. So
nice. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. That is fantastic news.
It's up in North Houston in the Woodlands.
Okay. No, we'll be all over the area because that's gonna be our one day where we can really kill time. Because after that, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're pretty much booked for the entire day. So Wednesday will be our 1 day killer. We're basically getting in to get ahead, or just in case bad weather happens, we're still on time. So, but we're sure everything's gonna be fine. Christian,
is it Delorme?
Delorme.
Delorme's Vinyl Revival.
Canada.
Hey,
Good dude.
You like vinyl, brother? We got vinyl. We got vinyl for days. We got vinyl and more vinyl. And I've got vinyl right back here. We've got, I don't want to, this last time I did that, I'd screwed something up. Vinyl,
Dude,
all this
from
back
Russia
here.
With Love. That is a glorious soundtrack. I love that soundtrack from Russia with Love.
All this back here is all vinyl. So I've got six cubbies.
wow.
Nothing but vinyl in them. I love vinyl. It's like oh, dude. I'd rather have all that than digital and CD and So heck yeah, dude. We need more vinyl. We are working on the Valhalla vinyl store. So we are working on the Valhalla records. I want to do a record store. That's how I want. Believe it or not, that's how I want to retire. I want to retire and work more. That's the goal here at Loki's
work
Mornings
less
Mischief.
if it's something you love, right?
Right. So thank you, Christian, for the $2 super chat. This one is, I think, this one's just for you. Skull.
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
That's right. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. They're also, I saw your thing about the wood fire ovens. They're also banning coal. So
wood
one of my
firing coal.
one of my favorite pizza places is a place called Grimaldi's. Yes, it's a
Oh, yeah.
chain. They've got really
They're
good,
good.
really good pizza. It's not like Pizza Hut, and we've got a really good
Oh,
one
they're
here in the
good.
Woodlands. I would
Mhm.
rather drive the hour round trip. It's an hour total round trip to pick up a pizza there. I'll pay $60 for 2 large pies, 2
Mhm.
big large pies. I'd rather do that than spend 40 for
Oh
2
my
pizzas from Pizza Hut and have them delivered
So
in,
in other words,
20
you like
minutes.
quality. You actually
I'm-
will. You like quality. I'm all about that. I am all about that life.
I'll spend
Yeah,
I'll spend the time going and picking it up and bringing it back and giving it a little bit of reheat in that Oni
Worth
oven.
it.
To
Worth it.
compared to spending 40 at like Pizza Hut or Domino's or Papa John's. It's just not worth it anymore. It's not.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, the
Especially
dough is
you
not
can
as
get
good.
better, way better pizza. Way better.
That's right. And you've seen that. We're just sitting here talking about pizza instead of comics. You've seen
No
that
one seems to
honey.
buy.
You've seen that honey pizza from Pizza Hut.
I've heard about it. I've not seen it, but I've heard about
Is
it.
it hot honey?
It's a hot honey
Mike's
pizza.
hot honey. Yep. Well, I
It has
used
so
Mike.
much sugar in it that for one piece, it's like taking 4 tablespoons of sugar and dumping it on the pizza. That's how much sugar they've added to each piece of pizza because of that hot honey sauce. That's disgusting. That's
Well, I
like
do use the Mike's hot honey on a lot of stuff, and I'll drizzle a little bit on the pizza. You don't need much, but of course, pizza. Who knows what they're
it's
doing or how they're
dripping
making
off of there. The
Yeah,
guy
you
I
don't need that
watched,
much.
he picked up a piece and it's just like,
Oh, that's gross.
I mean, just coming off of it, and you're like, oh,
Well, that Mike's hot honey is good stuff, and I've been making my own pizza for years. So yeah, you always want to use the 00 pizza flour to make your pizza.
yeah,
And they
double
actually-
lot. Yep.
Mhm.
double lot, and then they actually sell like half-hour
knows.
yeast you can do. We can just turn this into the pizza show, and of course, everyone knows that clam pizza is the best pizza out there in the Northeast. So anyone comes to visit and buy them clam pizza at Pepe's or Sally's or Modern in New Haven. But it's just the best pizza in the world in New Haven. I mean, it's just
Well, according to Portnoy, it is. He says it's.
It is, yeah.
Really. He says it's the best. Once again, I'm gonna bring it back to Dave Portnoy, who did his tour of Houston, and he says the New Haven. I remember, I'm like, okay, Mark's from New Haven or knows of New Haven. He
in the
would
area,
know.
yeah.
And you're backing him on that. So
Oh God, it's so good. It's a coal-fired oven, and it's they've been there over 100 years now, I think. And it's the dough too. The quality of the dough and the sauce is really important too. So we've got a couple of pizza places in town that like there's one guy is it's like a hole in the wall place, but his dough is just so damn good, and his sauce. I mean, it's not as good as Pepe's and Sally's, but it's close. But you can tell the difference in quality. Like today, in comic books, we just get all these generic, crappy comic books. But I'd rather go back to the quality and maybe not have as many, all these variant covers and all this bullshit. Just like give me the quality over the quantity. But you can really tell when people care about what they're doing. So
Maria,
make a difference. Yeah.
Maria, what is up? Maria would tell you, oh my God, I'm hungry now. I'm hungry now. Y'all made me hungry.
I got to put in some of my videos of my pizza cooking in the chat. There you can go watch
Ass
that.
up
Yeah.
flying duck. If you're ever in Missouri, Nick, near Branson, there is a little place called Mr. Gilberti's. His grandmother came up with the sauce for Uno's pizza. Okay, now they do 2 different.
And I know Uno's.
They do 2 different pizzas. One of them is a thin crust. If you get the thin crust, get the Alfredo pepperoni. Holy shit balls, is that a good pizza? The second one, make sure you get the garlic bread too, because the garlic bread they make is just, it's killer.
Garlic bread, dude.
The other one is a Chicago deep dish.
Okay.
And I want to tell you, I've never, outside of Chicago, I've never had a Chicago deep dish pizza like this. It's killer.
It probably helps you got the Uno's guy involved.
Yeah.
It definitely helps you got the Uno's guy. You're not the first one to mention about good pizza in Missouri. It seems like there is a little bit of a pizza scene going on in Missouri too, the same way Detroit does, Connecticut, obviously Chicago, New York, but apparently Missouri's got a strong pizza scene down there too. You wouldn't think it, but
no, you wouldn't. with how bad their Mexican food is, because their Mexican food is bad. It's like I was like taco salad, and they bring out something that looks like they poured a can of dog food. I'm like, that's not taco salad. I don't mind. But no, that one restaurant, it's just a little tiny restaurant out in the middle of nowhere. Like you have to go outside of Branson and go through this mountain and the hills. I used to ride my bike up there all the time. And when I was still riding motorcycles and getting lunch. But it's just a little tiny restaurant. Call and make a reservation if you're going to go at night, because they will not have any room. You'll be waiting for like 2-3 hours to get a seat. But pizza is so damn good.
It sounds like something I need to have. Now, my girlfriend and I have talked about going to that state eventually sometime for pizza, and I think this is good. Now I have to make that a sooner, much rather than later thing.
Branson is like kind of like a safe version of Vegas. It's not Vegas, but it's got a lot of stuff on the strip. They've got an amusement park. There's a lot of shopping you can do. And this is just outside of Branson. So just look up Mr. Gilbert's and be like, holy crap, this is, you'll like it. Trust me.
I need to have it.
Mark D with the C, what you got?
Oh, that's my pizza video. If you want to show that,
Okay.
It's 10 seconds, but I've been doing a lot of pizza on the Big Green Egg, so and I got a bunch of cooking videos on my channel too. So if
I had no idea about that.
Oh, I love I love
eatery.
cooking. Yeah.
So do I. I love cooking pizza. I put up pictures of it.
So I got a
Looks
Big
good.
Green Egg last summer, and oh, it's so good to cook on. Yeah, because you can't get you got to get the temperature up, right? So you can't do that in a regular oven. So you can get that up to 600-800 degrees. And,
You cook on a stone?
That's on a stone, yeah. So you have a pizza stone in there, and it's I had the lid up so you could see what you're doing, but yeah, you just cooking the pizza, in that green Big Green Egg. Oh, here's another one too, which kind of shows you. I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay.
Coming in and out. But and it's fun for the family too. Like you get all the fixings out, and then everyone makes their own, and you can have what you want, and then it only takes 10 or 15 minutes to cook each one.
Yeah, we did that. I did that for everybody for the Super Bowl this last year. I made pizza for everybody when we did the Super Bowl.
And I come on by just for the pizza. If there happens to be a good game, that's just that's an icing on the cake. You had me at the pizza. You really had me at the pizza.
Game wasn't really good to the last quarter, but
Seriously,
not really.
Pizza.
So what kind of is that sausage?
That's sausage probably in there too, and probably some onions in there. But what I usually do if we're having for a party, you just have everything out for people to put on whatever they want, and make the dough, and then we'll have the pizzas ready to just the pizza, and put as much sauce on as you want or little sauce, and make whatever you want. But sausage and onion, those are caramelize the onions beforehand. That's a go-to. And of course, we always joke about me liking clam pizza, but it's just you make it fresh with anything fresh with the with the olive oil and the clams and the garlic. It's basically like garlic bread with clams on them. It's a fun joke, but it is a really amazing pizza. It's it's really good, but it's just it's not that much work, right? I mean, it's
no.
I mean, it's not, and it's just always tastes better when it's something you make yourself. But the trick is in the dough and letting the dough rise, and that's the real art of it. And the sauce too. Like you can just buy, you can buy pizza sauce in a can, but if you want to doctor it or make your own like you do, but don't use the standard spaghetti sauce because you can, but it's just doesn't work as well.
What I wanted to do was get as close to the 80s, 90s pepperoni sauce that you used to get back in school as I could possibly get, but obviously better quality. So what I'm talking about is the pizza sauce that had the little chopped up pepperonis in it. So what I'll do is I'll get my pepperoni, I'll get my tomatoes, I do the sauce, I dice up all the little pepperonis, and then I can it all together and I let it sit so that the sauce absorbs some of that pepperoni and the pepperoni absorbs some of the sauce and gets soft so that when you make it, it cooks up good.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah.
Ooh.
So, well, I got to show a couple pictures of Pepe since I talked about it. But, we got NickWeiser here, Mr. Pizza, right? So this is Frank Pepe's.
There's Portnoy right there. So he's been there. He's been there.
He's been there. Yeah. And actually, one night we were there. What was Sally's and Pepe's are like just down this block from each other, and Paul Newman.
Oh, I've been to Barstool.
He's the CEO of Barstool, Dave Portnoy. He's the CEO. He has a few. He's opened up a few bars. I think he's now like a co-owner of Rumble or something. And on top of it, he has like 4 YouTube channels. He has his Dave Portnoy channel, the Barstool channel, and his One Bite Pizza review channel. If you haven't watched One Bite, you should. That's where I saw his video on Gypsy Poet in Houston. Yeah, One Bite Pizza reviews a channel, and this is where I learned about the New Haven. And his absolute fanboyism for New Haven style pizza, and that's where I learned. Oh, hey, this is a thing out in Connecticut of all places. Yeah, seriously, go look at his channel. He posts a video Monday through Friday every day, 1 to 2 a day.
Yeah,
and when you see the pizzas with the white blobs, you'll see like I think he had one up a little earlier than that picture. It's got like the little white blob circles. So you see it with the little white blob. What that is that's fresh made mozzarella. If you can make your own mozzarella,
oh yeah,
that is the absolute bomb when you have fresh mozzarella on your pizza, because it's a totally different texture than what you normally get.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Pizzeria, Loki, did you work at a pizzeria?
No, but we traveled constantly. Like every summer, I'd go to all these different places, and one of the things I did was I tried pizza everywhere I went. So no matter. I mean, I hit every state in the U.S. besides Hawaii before I was 14. So I had pizza everywhere. I had pizza in Alaska. I had pizza in Idaho. I had pizza in Cali. And believe it or not, I didn't really like the pizza in Cali that much. New York, Chicago, Florida. Everywhere we went, I was constantly trying different pizza places because I was a little fat kid. It wasn't until that I got older than that I was like, yeah, I ain't going on the trip. I'm staying home. But yeah, because I was getting in trouble. But that was my thing. On every trip, I had to have pizza wherever we went. So I had to try it.
That's a great way to go. If you're out somewhere, you have the pizza. I remember surprisingly, like granted, I know it was not a Baltimore pizza, but I did have pizza in Baltimore, and they had a New York pizza there, and it was really good. It was their New York style in Baltimore. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Even in the East Coast, that isn't New York City. Apparently, Boston has some good pizzerias too, but I've yet to hear of some names to check out. But man, yeah, traveling around the country, that would be great. And that's why. So basically, you were doing what Dave Portnoy does, but as a kid.
Yeah,
you were going around the country trying pizzas as a kid. Yeah, see, he does that now as a full-blown adult.
I wish I'd have done that. I wish we had like some form of social media back in the day, because I would have done that, like kid visits at pizza in every state.
That would have been
awesome. Yeah, I would have loved to do that, because we were hitting that because my mother did the convention circuit. So she had her own business, and we did conventions everywhere. So no matter where we were, I found some place, whether it was New Mexico, whether it was Arizona, no matter what, I was like, they've got pizza over that way. Let's go over there. Even my dad would be like, how the hell do you know they have a pizza? Because I looked. That's how. I looked.
So here's Sally. This is the inside of Sally's, and a lot of people like Sally. This is a war. Like, Sally's better, is Pepe's better, or modern, but it's a hole in the wall. And Paul Newman, I was sitting like here, and Paul Newman was in the back table back here. My wife's like, look at that guy's blue eyes shining across the room. It's like, could that be Paul Newman? Like, shit, it's Paul Newman. So this joke at dinner with Paul Newman. But along the wall, too, there's all the famous people that have been there. You know, Frank Sinatra, presidents, you know, you name it, they've been there. And they've got, you know, their picture with their autograph up there. But the one time you have to go there an hour early to get the first seating. So one time we went there at like 4:00 for the 5 opening. And we were they took everyone in, and we missed it by like 2 people. So we had to watch for everyone to order drink, eat their pies, wait for their checks. So we're dying there. So we finally got our pizza. We're like, this is the world's best pizza because we've been waiting for an hour. But I mean, it's a hole in the wall, but who cares, right? It's the quality of the
Well,
pizza.
the best
right.
ones is the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
It isn't about the big chains. Like that's
Yeah.
that's a giant misconception. It's the little lesser known places that aren't like the places that are propped up on the Googles of the world. It's those super divey places because they're not spending their time trying to make sure that they get validated by OSHA to make their building look nice. No, they're trying to spend their time getting their validation from the paying customer and make sure they get the best tasting pizza that they can bring to you.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, would you say this could be the #1 pizza place in the world, if not the U.S.?
No,
I mean,
but I'm sure
right?
the pizza tastes amazing, dude. The nicest hot dog places in Chirac all look like crap on the outside.
Right.
You look at those buildings; they look like you might go in there and die. But as soon as you walk in and you place that order for your hot dogs, your purple drink Kool-Aid, and you know what, it's gonna be all quality. And then you walk out like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I lived to tell the tale. I think I might even do it again.
And these were all immigrants who started these places, right? They had, pretty much nothing when they started them. And you're right. Yeah, it doesn't matter what they're like. But of course, Frank Sinatra, JFK has been there. You name it. It's been to these places. Bill Clinton was Bill Clinton's favorite place, I think. But it's just a lot of fun to see these mom and pop places. Now they're franchising both Pepe's and Sally's because they're so popular, but they're never as good. The originals are always, they try, they're close, but the originals are always the best. Yeah. Can't replicate it. Yep. So we got everyone hungry tonight for sure, right?
I did have pizza earlier today. There was a really good local place I picked out. They had this pizza called the Stadium, and it's a rectangle shaped pizza, 60 square cut slices, the tavern style, and it was really, really good. They're a little bit on the thicker side of the thin crust. They're like it's almost like, man, did they double down on it though? Because these slices felt more filling than your average thin crust. But man,
there was a real good place in Boyd, Texas. And I shit you not, man, it was like a saltine cracker crust. That's what it tasted like. It tasted like you're eating a pizza on a saltine, but enough give to the saltine that it wasn't mushy or anything, but that it tasted like a saltine cracker, but it had enough substance that you could like eat it and it wasn't chewy or mushy. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. It's not there anymore. They shut down like a decade ago. But holy shit. The thin crust, and I'm not a huge thin crust guy. I love my deep dish pizzas, but there's like a time and a place for everything. Pizza Hut's completely ruined their thin crust. But this was, holy shit, this was good.
Yeah, you gotta be in the mood for it. I love deep dish pizza too. We only have like two pieces or 3 pieces, right? Depending.
I've eaten an entire deep dish before.
Well, that's you, NickWeiser. You're pizza Superman.
I have a
super stomach.
You're mad 24 has to go. 24 has to go.
Take care, 24.
Yeah.
24, are you all right, brother?
Yeah, my son's here, man. I gotta.
All right, brother. You take care. Thank you for being here.
Be good, bud.
Be good, brother. See you next week.
You do the same, man. And, you know it, man. Shit, look forward to catching up with y'all next week, man.
All right, buddy. Be good.
All right, y'all take it easy, man. All right.
He had a good video on the comic book theft. I just watched that. Yep. So everyone check out 24's video on the comic books getting stolen.
Oh. Florida Man versus Hogzilla. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, just got this sucker in the mail. You look at it's kind of like, this looks like a Florida Man. It looks like a Florida Man. From Mike Barron. So I'm happy I got this sucker in, and let's see what's in here. So obviously we know the comics. So that's like, okay, we all know that. That's obvious as, water being wet, the sky being blue. But what are you? Ooh, Florida Man sticker. You never
Nice.
get sick of a Florida man sticker.
Nice.
Oh, this must be like a mini poster.
So was this a special order or something, or is this
I just ordered the standard package, so these
Standard
are just
package.
goodies that I think come with it.
every issue?
A
every
movie
package?
poster.
Nice.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Dude.
I love that.
Oh, I love that. This is gonna be hung up.
Army of Darkness,
I may have to add this to
It's
the wall.
what's it? National
the National
Lampoon's
Lampoons.
Vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vacation. Oh. Yeah.
Mr.
I like
Barron.
that. Yeah.
That is sweet.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Let's see
Cool.
what else.
Mr. Barron's nice dude.
Oh yeah. No, I had a talk with him a few days ago. Let's just say that
Yeah.
will be the last conversation. Him and I had a private conversation. It won't be the last. So, dude. Oh, this. Yeah. This is, I like it. Even with the side angle, there's a cool poster. So we got 2 posters, a sticker, a letter, the comic, obviously, and what? Oh, a print. Oh, yeah, his Kill Bill homage print.
Nice.
Right here,
Well, that's
yeah.
good.
Nice.
Very, very, very for the toxic men in the world. Oh, by the way, since I've read this, that spider right there is a important character in this comic. That Arachne right there in her hands is a character. I'm just saying. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Yes.
Hugzilla.
Yep.
I love
Yep.
Oh man, this is good. Oh, postcard. Who's the lucky guy? Who do I get to send this to? The wish you were here, basically.
it. Copper tone tan time. Yep.
Nice.
Oh yeah, no,
They can't show that ad anymore.
I just got the standard packaging, but I did see online there was a reusable like grocery bag that I wanted, and I'm like, I have to have that. I have to have the grocery. Sorry, I'm not like a grocery bag, but a travel bag. And I'm like, that'd be cool to go around with a Florida man bag. Like, who gets to say they're going around with a Florida man bag? Of course, I haven't read it yet, but Transformers #6, so this will be ready
Nice.
soon. Yeah, dude, I'm excited about reading that. So Transformers is going to be the way of all life. I've got my second GI Joe figure. I haven't taken out the box yet, but I just want to show off. I just got in Ripper from the Dreadnoks. So because
That's
Nice.
the new series, right? Yep.
classified, yeah, because I have Buzzer right here, and Buzzer is absolutely badass. So now I've got his boy Ripper. They're both obviously in the current Cobra Commander series. So I'm like, I may as well have the dudes together.
I
And of
just
course-
picked up my turtles from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. So my Samurai Turtle set, I got my Leo, my Mikey, my Raph, and my Donnie from TMNT 3, where they go back in time and they do the samurai thing.
Yeah.
So I was lucky I found those the other day.
This is Donatello as the Undertaker.
A Donatello Undertaker.
That is so awesome. Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy.
There's so when the 2012 cartoon was going on, the first show on Nickelodeon, they did 2 lines of these guys as wrestlers. And one of the ones they had 2 lines. Of course, there's 2 Donatellos, 2 Raphs, 2 Michelangelos, 2 Leonardos, and one of the Donatello ones is the Undertaker. On my wall opposite the scan, there's Michelangelo as Roddy Piper, and one is Macho Man.
Nice.
Dude, yeah. Oh,
I'll have to
yeah.
look those up and see if I can swing them.
They
those
are
all
on
characters
eBay.
I love.
They are on eBay.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I saw one. I can't think here. I think Raphael was Wolfpack Sting. I think it was Wolfpack Sting. I think that's who it was.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes
right.
sense.
It
Red
would
and
make
black.
a lot of the red. Yeah, no, it would make a lot of sense. Of course, since we're playing show and tell, Thanos copter, because
Gotta have that.
Oh, yeah.
gotta have a Thanos copter.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm excited to read Transformers. I'm excited to read my Florida Man comic
What
in its
the-
physical format. What's up?
What does a god need with a helicopter? Sorry, I couldn't help
No,
myself.
it's okay. And I realized, Chuck Norris turned 84, and I still don't have the sequel that's not a sequel.
Holy shit.
because
That's right.
Well,
That's
he's
the first movie.
84. Yeah, right. The first movie that's not the first movie.
Yeah, because the second one turned out better, right?
Yeah, they're like, well, the second one's better, so we'll release that first because, well, we want to get some eyes on that. And I'm like, they should just release that one first.
So is that
'Cause
one of
when you're
those?
calling
Is
it
that one?
Missing in Action 2, the beginning? Like, hold on, it's titled 2, but it says the beginning. What? Which one is it? So if you're a normie, obviously we know a lot of people all around the sphere. They know their action movies. They know that Chuck Norris. We keep up with these things, so we're just like, okay, whatever, we'll go with it. But for the Nori, they're probably, this is really exhausting information. For us, this is just a Wednesday. This is just to say, no pun intended, because it actually is Wednesday, but it is just a Wednesday for us because we keep up with these things. We keep up with those things. Where else is it on my table here? Oh, you all know this guy from The Simpsons. There we
There
go.
you go. Got him.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
I love this figure. I love this figure. Oh, so much. Oh, and I've been telling Claudia about it. So I'm assuming, Loki, you know who Wes is from Thinking Critical.
Yes.
Great channel. Him and I have been
Absolutely.
working together every week on his Patreon, and we do a show where we talk one Miller World comic and one other comic from a series called Planetary. Planetary was written by Warren Ellis, drawn by the absolutely awesome John Cassaday. And I got the hardcover, and I took
That's
out
beautiful.
the sleeve, and this hardcover
Nice.
is
Amazing.
glorious. It looks like an old fashioned book with the spine.
Yeah.
I don't want to put back in the sleeve.
That's awesome.
I don't, because you look at this like, why do I go back?
It looks like the Orin from Neverending Story. That's what it looks like. The book. Yeah.
It could have been
Yeah,
not
it's
that
incredible.
because each issue in the story, each issue pays homage to a certain genre or certain movie. Like there's one issue that's based off kaiju. There's another issue that's based off like Japanese revenge movies. There's one issue based on The Matrix. I'm currently on issue 9. There's 27 issues of the core series. I'm on issue 9, going to start reading 10 soon. But this is basically the multiverse before the multiverse was this concept that was very mainstream. This story actually kind of not made it as convoluted and actually was a bit more stripped down and not something that dragged out for 4 or 5 years. Now, the terms of the release schedule, it did, but in terms of the actual story itself, yeah, it was 3 years worth of comic books and you got a complete story. But dude, yeah, this thing is glorious. And let's take.
You're so lucky you're reading it that way. So the way I did it over the course of
Or you waited 10 years.
12 years, there are
12 years.
there are 27 issues and 3 specials, I believe, or 4 maybe. And it took from 1998ish or something to 2009 or 10 or whatever for all that to come out.
Look at
Love
that!
it.
Look at the homage to that old monster movie cover right
I
there.
love it.
Great comic.
Yeah.
The-
It's really good comic.
So there were times like 2 years would go by and an issue of Planetary didn't come out, and then one would pop out. You know, wait a minute, Planetary is still coming out. I forgot. I had to go dig out the previous issue. You know, when we're still buying comics.
What happened, right? Yeah.
I'm going. I got to go. I mean, I forgot what the hell's going on here. It happened all the time like that.
We got any Vertigo fans in here? There's one issue that plays homage to Vertigo characters right there. So if you're a Vertigo
Nice.
fan, yeah. So, and also he did have an issue that paid homage to the Fantastic Four as well. I see.
More than just an
Okay.
issue.
Oh, I know. So it's clear Warren Ellis, but there's one core issue that gets the concept started by, the origin with the ship going into space, the absorbing of the powers. But yeah, dude, this book is wild. It makes me wonder, like, okay, how is this story like not one of those, I guess you could say, sought after stories? Because it feels like one of those super seminal stories. You would think, how is this not? But right now,
It was acclaimed when it was happening. Well, I think Nick probably because of people kept losing interest because it just stopped coming out. And now that it's over, I guess for some reason no one talks about it. Well, they should, but really they're not talking about any old. I mean, other than those of us who are trying to keep the classics alive. It's not. We're not in a time where people have a great respect for the great classics. That's why we're bringing it back by reviewing all the things we're reviewing. So
Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about the statement Jim Lee made, Clobby, and that was like, I think it was on Loriana's channel. This was 4 years ago, man, during the DC Fandom event, where he said the new characters are not doing the job that we want them to do. The reason why we are taking legacy characters and giving them new backstories and giving them these changes is to promote change with the original characters, because the new characters aren't doing the jobs that we expected them to do. So they're going back and they're changing legacy heroes, legacy stories, the sexual orientation of legacy characters, because they believe that that's the only way that they're able to promote the change they feel is needed in the stories.
And they're idiots.
Which means they know they can't create original characters that will hold weight and be popular, so they have to change the whole characters. Thus pissing everybody off, including Clobby, myself, probably you.
And it's not even working. It'd be one thing if it were working.
Oh,
and you go, all right, you pass me by, you go, because I used to say years and years before all this really horrible shit's happened, I was saying in the 90s even, and I said, look, a lot of these characters, they were all created for kids, for younger people. I've aged far beyond their target demo, and I can handle that. I mean, I can handle it. I may not like it. It's a bummer, but I understand I'm not in their target demo. But then they could have still made comics for both demos, but they decided to just abandon all of it.
That's an even worse move. The alter because Clobby, you're right though. It'd be one thing if they were actually like trying to respond to that demo and they responded back. But that demographic is not responding back.
But you know why though, right?
A decade.
But here, Nick, something different happened though. See, this is not like movies.
Okay.
What happened, Nick, was this. Comics, as much as some of us still love them, they became obsolete as a dominant form of entertainment because they can't compete with video games or movies. We still love them, but
I don't know. I still spend
it's not as big.
Still spend more on back issues of comics every month. And the old stuff.
I'm talking about with young people.
That's true. That is absolutely 100% true. I was just saying for me.
Oh, for us.
Besides the occasional like Conan, I'm buying all the Conan.
Oh, look,
Transformers, Void Rivals, G.I. Joe. I am keeping up with a few new things that I would have never touched a year ago. I never given it a chance.
But they don't care about us.
Yeah,
they don't.
Even you and I, Loki, who are from I'm a little bit slightly different generation, not far off, but like one apart or so. You're way beyond the target demo as well, and even Nick is getting there. In fact, Nick is there.
Yeah, really there. I'm there.
But that was when things were normal, though. When I was saying that was when things were normal, and we were talking about well-adjusted, even though we didn't like them, business models where they wanted to make money. Now it's not even the same game because they don't even care about making money. They don't want to sell it to anybody.
They don't have to kids when they have someone they can fall back on. Warner Brothers or Disney, they can all take the hit for when they don't make the money.
They don't care.
Have a fallback. They
don't even want to.
They have someone who they can fall back on to take the loss for them.
Well, right. That's like saying you could understand it if you just aged beyond the target demo and they were aiming at trying to honestly sell it to a younger base. The base is not there, and they don't give a crap about the base, and the base doesn't care either. There's no base anymore. The base, those of us who are older, like your generation on up, Nick, and Loki's in mind, we would still be customers if they would aim the books back at us, because aiming at younger ain't working.
Dude, I mentioned those turtles, right? I mentioned buying the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. Those aren't in the toy sections at Walmart and Target and all that shit. No. They're in the adult section. They're in the electronics section next to the records.
The electronics section? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are.
Section.
It's true.
Well,
they know who they're selling it to. They know that a 40-something-year-old guy's going to walk by and go, oh, my God, that's Liam Donnie. I'm going home. That's exactly what I did when I went, holy shit, TMNT 3, Samurai Turtles. I've got all the other ones. I need this too. And there you go, $80 out the door.
Marvel Legends are $30. The kids don't buy those.
They're too expensive, because when the Legends came out in my shop, they were $10 or $12, I think. And early 2000s when they came out, and then then they went up to 15 and now 20, 25,
They're
30.
30
But
bucks now.
you don't want to,
And
part of
McFarlane,
it's inflation,
There's
but
still 20, 25 in my area. There are still 20, 25. I don't know if that's like if like a region issue, but in my state, there's still 20 to 25.
NECA knows who their target audience is, and they will go, yes, we know you love this. Here it is. Unchanged. It looks just like it did back in the day. Here you go.
Yeah, because a parent doesn't want to spend that much. Say, like at a birthday gift, right? You get an action figure, you get a Mego figure, but $30 maybe is a lot of money. I don't know these days. My kids are all grown up, but that's expensive to give a gift. So I've seen they have those real cheap, action figures that are like $8 or $10, and they almost no articulation.
MSTN ones or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
that are like
and I've
that
seen
big.
Yeah, I've seen some cruddy ones that Hasbro makes, or you see them in Five Below. There's a ton of ton of them. What's our favorite Marvel movie that failed? The
Eternals.
The Infernals.
Eternals.
The Eternals.
Kids can't afford comic books these days. I mean, I buy them with the discount, so I get 20% off.
Not that they can't; it's they don't want it. Let's be more real here.
Well,
they have a better option with manga, which has more story.
Oh yeah,
and it costs a few bucks more, and you get a lot more
pages.
Yeah, a lot more pages.
It's $5 for a comic book, and
that's 20 pages with 10 to 12 pages of ads. Now, of course, we're talking more by reference of Marvel and DC. The funny thing is, and I kind of bring it back to Klobby, what he said earlier while Mark's seeing his comic out. A few years ago, there's one comic where you could say they had an audience with the audience that they want so bad that they're not getting. There was one comic from Image. Do you know which comic that was, Klobby or Loki and Mark? Do you know which comic? It was the Image comic. What's the one
really
comic
popular?
That was really popular with that
Walking Dead?
No. Not even that one.
What Mark are you talking about?
Saga.
Young people?
First, younger people. Saga.
Saga was popular. It's a popular comic.
And they actually attracted, let's just say, that audience that they want so bad. Because I remember, I like you, Klobby, even if I'm not a fan of it, I can't argue if people are buying.
Right.
And they were bringing in people who normally don't read comics for Saga. And I remember it was a hit series, and then Brian K. Vaughan decided to put a pause on it. And his whole thing was, we're going to take a year off. And when he decided to take a year off for the comic was one of the few comics in up to that point in time. So 2018 or 19, that was still selling at only $3, which is like, wow, okay, that his comic was selling that well, they could, sell at that price, which nowadays is considered a bargain. And then it ended up being 3 or 4 years of the comic being gone instead of one like he planned. And he lost all those customers because when he brought the series back, the series sales have sunk so bad that he had to now bring the price to the $3.99 instead of the $2.99, aka $4. And I see Cassidy mentioned multiple highs. They were nowhere as extensive as this hiatus. Like there was like 2-3 months, more so to let his penciler catch up for the next arc. But this was hey, we're gonna take a break. We're halfway through the story. We're gonna take a year off and then get back into it. But not almost half a decade. And they lost their audience. And when you bring in that new audience, that one time that they succeed with that new audience, they're from the TikTok, YouTube, cell phone world where their attention span is by default already dramatically decreased. So if that's their first comic book, they're thinking, oh, I gotta wait a while. And then after a year, they're thinking, oh, it's taking a year already, and there's still no word. Yeah, you'll lose them because they came in for that one series and they lost them. It wasn't like if Saga came out like 92, maybe you could have retained them. But in 2018, 19, 20, was it going to happen? It wasn't going to happen. Maybe they would have maintained most of it if they stuck with the year, but it ended up being several years. And now its sales sunk so bad that they have to raise the price to try to make up for their lost customers. The one time they had a book and no one put Brian Vaughn said, dude, you need to get the series back on track. No one put him at Image, say, we got to do this. But now they pay the price for it. But anyways, Mark, carry on.
It's good. And The Walking Dead was hugely popular too.
It was too, and that was another part. But that kept going. That didn't have the extent.
Yeah, that shit. That's still going. They've still got shit going.
Well, it's not the actual. It's not the actual story. It's a colored version of the comics versus the black and white. So
I love line art, dude. I love the black and white. So anytime, like when I saw the new Conan, I was like the oversized one. The one that just came out, as soon as I saw it was in black and white, I was like, "Ooh, baby, come here, you mine, that's mine." What do you got, Mark?
So this is my stash for the week. My purchases are.
Show us all your pages of ads.
Mail order. So here's this is an alternative. They have a bazillion alternative covers. So I grabbed the Dane Whitman Black Knight for Avengers number 11. Oh, I own Avengers number 11. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, wow.
Number.
Cool, yeah, right.
I own a Captain America number 7. Wow, lucky guy. That's not bad, but just and I've got my runs. I've got going back to probably in the 300s or lower 250. I've got the runs, and Captain America. And Avengers, and you've been buying these for so many years. You're like, should I cancel them? Star Wars,
Avengers 11. Wow, that isn't supposed to have Spider-Man in it. Well, there he is.
None of these covers. You guys can tell me what you think of these covers, but none of them are like, oh, there's John Romita Jr. I don't like his art style of Spider-Man.
Who does?
Yeah.
The tragic part is, I like his stuff when he goes with Ando Senti on Daredevil. I even like his stuff on Kick-Ass. But nowadays, John Romita, when you look at what he could do now versus what he did then, he doesn't have it anymore. I hate saying that because I could tell, like, when you listen to the way he speaks, the way he talks, he sounds like a guy who's very driven. He still cares about like the comics medium. He's still a genuine fan, and obviously we all love the hell out of his dad. But he's way past his prime as far as his talents go. No personal disrespect to him, but the pages I looked at of current year Spider-Man, I'm like, who is? I don't know. I'm sorry, man, but this isn't you anymore. To be fair, it hasn't been for quite a few years now.
He was never his pappy.
No, and that's fine. You don't need to be that either. Yeah, but at least I respect that he had his own thing going on. He did have his own thing going on. And I was fine with that. Once again, especially on Daredevil, I really liked Daredevil. But when the head started getting more weird shapely and then like the lines got more excessive, because he loves his lines.
He loves his
lines. Oh, yeah. It got a little.
His original style when he first broke in, I really liked. That was
because he was aping his father, and Bob Layton inked him, and other inkers saved. He looked okay with other inkers too, but Bob Layton really made him shine. And then he started changing that style, but at least Al Williamson was able to save him a little bit on that Daredevil series.
What did Loki do? What did Loki do, and why is Thor fighting Battlecat? Exactly.
That's what I asked him last night when he showed this. I'm like, is that? And I don't even know anything about He-Man. I said, isn't that He-Man's tiger or whatever?
Yeah.
Battlecat. Yep.
Look at the glorious art that we get these days.
That is terrible.
Oh my God, Thor looks like.
How do you go from a great Alex Ross cover to that?
Hey, I've seen worse than that. That's not good, but I've seen worse.
I have too. But it's just when you compare to what's on the cover, I think that's what makes it more tragic.
Well, why you think Alex Ross is the cover? I mean, they give you these Alex Ross. I bet at least there's only one cover to that issue, or is there? Maybe not.
No, there's always like at least 5.
There's never one cover anymore. What am I saying?
5.
That's another thing, man. You ever like when you talk about an old comic that we review? I don't care. Or just talk about Watchmen, or you talk about like an old Spider-Man or an FF, and you go, "Which cover did you get?" No, we didn't.
Why is the Enchantress Lady Loki?
One cover. I don't know. What is she doing?
I haven't read it yet, but
That's got to be the
It
Enchantress.
looks like Lady Loki.
That's Lady Loki.
Oh, that's Lady Loki. Okay. Why is Lady Loki there with regular Loki?
Wait a minute. That could have been the same place.
Are they the same person?
Probably.
so.
It's modern Marvel, so it's
Oh.
probably.
You
probably
never
not the same
know.
person.
Yeah,
The
didn't Odin
insufferable
turn Loki?
twats.
Didn't Odin turn Loki into a female as punishment? Oh, we can't say that these days.
Well, you already did. No
He
take
did,
backs
though,
here. Yeah, no take backs here.
But it looks like normal Loki right there. What is he?
Which
in
I'm
his
fine with. I'm
in his
fine
real
with that
comic
appearance.
costume.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Even though the art is not all that, I do appreciate that they gave Loki that appearance. So I do like that. I'll give him credit there. Who's the guy who drew this book?
This is
Nobody I've ever heard of.
where's the
Someone
the
they
last
didn't
page?
bother putting on the cover.
Yeah, do they put it on the back?
In the back, I'm sure. I guess.
On the
Wow.
back.
Yee, it's
Oh, here we
getting
go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Martin Cocolo, however you pronounce that. Yeah,
So, yeah.
Cocolo.
Al Ewing is a jerk. Weed.
Yeah. Okay, so he's writing Thor currently.
Who are the inks?
No inks.
No one.
Looks like he did
There
it
is no
himself.
inks. Yeah.
Inks himself, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He got double paid.
He better have. And I see JM
Well, they
DeMatteis is
use
writing
computer crap.
Spider-Man.
Is he really? He's back
Look,
still?
right there. Look, I saw it. It said Shadow of the Green Goblin, JM
Yeah.
DeMatteis, Michael St. Maria, covered by Paulo. Wow.
So he got a gig. He's old and he's right. Yeah, that's good for him. Return to the
It's
classic
probably
era of
another
Amazing
miniseries.
Spider-Man. Now look, it looks like it'll be a throwback.
It's probably another one of those throwback miniseries, kind of like when they did the
Yeah.
Avengers War Across Time,
Oh.
or that
That's-
Daredevil Black
yeah.
Armor. It's
Okay.
probably another one of those where they're in a suit, they're doing a miniseries that
War
takes
Across
place.
Time was kind of cool. It wasn't not much to it, but it was by Paul Levitz and had nice Alan Davis art. So
the
this
Alan
has
Davis
good art.
was really nice and from Alan
You know.
Davis. It looked really good.
This might be like a throwback or something like that. So
It probably is. It's one of those stories. I have heard about them doing a lot of those throwback miniseries that do take place in
Yeah.
continuity.
because people like to see that sort of thing, since modern continuity is filth.
Well, you don't want to embrace your inner venom with Kid Venom?
No.
Oh my god!
April 2024.
I'm sure
wonder
that'll
why
somehow
Mank
coincide with the filming of Venom 3 last whatever Boogaloo or whatever
Last
the hell
prom
Last
dance.
Venom.
last prom dance, yeah.
Oh Jesus!
They should call it prom night. I mean, they're already going with
Yes.
a really terrible title. They might as well just go all the way with it. Say prom night.
M&M's. I like that M&M's
And
thing.
you can
do
send him
too.
back in time to an alternate dimension where he meets Peter Parker in Homecoming and passes him the symbiote suit and changes everything.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh boy, Harriet Tubman.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Hold on, Demon Slayer, isn't that a manga?
I opened
No,
it up, sure.
no, it's a it's an
It was an independent book, and then they got picked up. It was by some major distributors. So I met the guy at Comic-Con like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the creator.
You know,
And then this year I
Go ahead.
went to Comic-Con and I'm like, oh, I just got issue number 1 again, from ordering it through, distribution versus, buying it at a comic book shop. And so I'm like, would you sign it? He's like, oh, I'd love to sign it. I'm waiting for him to say, $20, $30, or it's like, nope, no charge. Just thanks for buying the book.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fun, like Buffy type comic. So, and allegedly they're gonna make a Netflix series out of it. Who knows? That's what he told me. But who
So
knows?
basically, the story is written to be a Netflix pitch.
What is it?
I don't know.
Like,
A lot of things are these days.
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of things. I know.
I don't
A lot
know.
of
You never
things
know.
are.
I mean,
yeah.
the idea is novel in a sense. I mean, it's Harriet Tubman. It's a very famous figure, sort of along the lines of what was that Abraham Lincoln vampire?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, Vampire Hunter.
This one has all the DEI built in.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't even
look,
have to
someone
change
wanted
anything.
to homage Rob Liefeld's Captain America cover in the back.
Where what?
Oh,
Who?
it's
How?
the-
What?
Go,
You're
go,
kidding
yeah,
me.
look, go back, yeah.
Oh,
Go
here,
look
yeah,
at
question, yeah.
Wow.
It looks good.
Oh my! His chest is too small.
This is
Oh my!
Wow.
His chest is too small.
He needs implants.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
So that was
man.
my stash for the month, yeah, or the week, 2 weeks. But Atomic, I grabbed them at Atomic Empire. They do a fantastic job, I have to say. They pack it in a cardboard box, and the comics are wrapped around the cardboard box with wrapping paper, and then they tape them together with paper. So it's
Never had a damaged comic with those guys. They're awesome. Yeah. So,
There you go.
but and then if you order enough, you get the 25% off. But yeah, the comics are so damn expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be like when you were a kid. It was like, oh, am I gonna get a couple of Cokes? Or am I gonna you go to the 7-Eleven, you get your big gulp, you get a couple of comics, right? You can't afford $5. It's just too much for.
Yeah, that was your
For
lunch
comics.
money. You spent your
Right.
lunch money. You spent your lunch money on comics instead of lunch,
Yeah.
So
it's
that's what I used to
they're missing
do.
out. Yeah.
You get money for lunch at school and you didn't spend it on that. You went buy brownies before, which was a little convenience store right in front of the school. You went by there and you got your comic book that day. So
Right.
whatever comic book you could get, that's what you got.
Or your Star Wars blue cards, the pack comes.
Yeah, I've got
yeah.
those.
$10.
I
A
still
cast
got
is $10.
mine.
$10 can't buy you 2 comics.
No,
That caster.
For 30 pages of story that is barely a story. They're all drawn out stories written for the trade. Comics where a lot of them nothing happens, and you wonder
True.
who made the editorial decision to pass off a lot of the art on a lot of these books. And then a lot of these characters don't act like the characters. A meteor could be having a Fantastic Four in present day, and it could be sunny as day out. And in another book, it could be in present day in New York City, and there could be a blizzard. Like even little things like that. There's no sense of anything mattering. Yeah, they really have taken the investment of it, and that's what they get though. Then that's something they need to learn. Like, and they might not ever will, but that. You can't expect that when you water things down for quote unquote everyone, that people are going to jump ship. Because I get the idea they want to make it accessible, but just because you want to do it doesn't mean it's going to automatically translate. You have to think about how do we bring in the audience while still maintaining who's still there. You got to think of the balance, but they thought they were so sure of their decision. They're so far up their asses about it that they thought this is going to replace them, and it didn't. And now they're all losing their minds about, because nowadays the sales are so bad that they are not even capable of spinning it when they at least had ways that they could do that then. Now they can't because the sales data's gone. The sales data's gone. The sales data's gone. Can't even spin that.
Yepper. Yepper.
Oh, that's my Supergirl 3D print. I just got a new 3D printer. So
Nice.
I like that.
Nice. This is my
Ooh, let's see that. Let's see the sword.
this is my Conan father sword.
Ooh.
This was made with the same not forge, mold. This was made from the original mold that they made in the original Conan the Barbarian. So this is the father's sword. You stole my father's sword. You killed my people.
Do you have to register that as a weapon? That's good. No. That thing.
Luckily,
nice,
no.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get the Atlantean sword. I'm just waiting on my Rohirrim, my helmet and spear, and then we get the Atlantean sword. Obviously, that one's a little bit more expensive than this one, and just a tad heavier. But if you're gonna look for the Atlantean sword, the Conan one, Make sure you get one with the original handle. Make sure they use the original blueprints and stuff for it, because a lot of the cheap places, it's like one-handed. It's like a one-handed handle. No, the one Arnold had was like, I mean, even he was like on that sumbitch when he held it up. And you can't hold that. You can't swing that thing around with one hand. It's just not. He can, but normal human beings can.
Yeah, he's not most human beings, especially at that point in time. That he was a freak of nature. That he was Scott Steiner before Scott Steiner. Straight up, he was a genetic animal at the time. So I think maybe even literally on that at some point.
Well, we're gonna get out of here. I know Clobby's got something coming up in about 45 minutes. Why don't you tell everybody what you got, Clobby?
Oh, there's nothing special. Just a wild card tonight. I'm gonna hang out and just talk to my audience. Just, like I always do on the wild card Wednesday night. Open geekness. So so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And tomorrow night, of course, we have the clubhouse with number one, and of course the great Mark D with AC, the chief engineer, and we'll have our Blake 7 episode review and just hang out and talk about whatever geekness we can. And Friday night I'll be on my buddy J-Man's channel reviewing continuing our review of Frank Miller's Daredevil run. We're getting close to the end of that. After that we start with Kirby's Fantastic Four, and then I'll be hanging out, I guess. I don't know if depends on how late I can hang, because I'll let Nick tell what's going on his channel after that. But then of course Saturday night Star Trek.
Saturday night Star Trek with the one and only clobbering times. Go
Thank you.
Saturday night, I love that.
Saturday night.
No, I love
more
it.
Voyager
too.
Yeah,
There's
Voyager.
coffee in that nebula. Commander Tuvok, set a course for that cup of joe. I don't care if we put the whole ship in danger. Let the ensigns die. Let my first officer get floated out the airlock. I need my cup of joe this morning. Got him.
Yeah. We're having so much fun.
Voyager's so awesome. We got Neela.
It's awesome. Can't
We
you
got
tell
Cass.
them how much I love it? It's so great. I mean, it's not filth, but it's it's fun.
You do have the Doctor. Yeah, we have a great time.
By the way,
hanging out
number
there.
one hates it so much. She's very entertaining. Her reviews of the price worth the price of admission. She think I'm bad. It's classic. I love it. It's so fun having her trash the episodes. Not that I never trash them, of course. She does, not me. Well, oh boy.
Nick, what do you got coming up, brother?
Friday night, Comic Shop Talk will be hanging out. Once again, comics and booze. That's a great Friday night combination. And Toxic Tuesday next week, we'll be talking the very first ever Ghostbusters movie. And I'll probably have a video responding to this Batman killing in the Dark Knight Returns thing that never happened.
Oh, that's cool. Good.
Because that never happened. And
No, it never
I
happened.
actually had to clear the air on it. And I'm going to provide receipts. So watch out for that video. And maybe if I get extra time, I'll have another one out on
What
top of that.
numb nuts is
Nice.
saying that again? I thought people were giving up on that
dude,
crap.
I feel like this thing comes up every 2 to 5 years. It's like, okay, I'm gonna set
Go
the
for
record
it.
straight.
Good.
I'm gonna provide receipts and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be awesome. And it was huge to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you
Mr.
for
Stone
being here.
Loki. I feel very welcome here in Valhalla. It feels like
You're always
Asgard's a really
welcome.
nice place. Also, hey, I hope to come back because Midgard's all right, but it's a little bit shinier here, and I do appreciate the shine here. Everything seems a bit brighter up this way. So thank you for having me, sir, and shout out to Vulcan Lives.
Night, Vulcan
Yeah,
lives.
I
Good night,
will
Vulcan lives.
return because show and tell is always fun, and then going off about things while praising things is always fun too. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, brother. It's
Yeah,
great
bud.
having you. Welcome
Good
back
having you, bro.
anytime.
Thank you.
Mark, do you have anything you want to throw out there before
Sure.
we get out of here?
Yeah, real quick. I've got a couple of shorts on my channel with some Jaws memorabilia that I got for Christmas. And of course, check out, my channel for cooking, from comics to cooking to who knows what on there. But of course, I'll be on the Clubhouse Thursday, and I'll be doing a watch party for the Blake 7 episode at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to catch that before the review. And of course, Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern, hanging out with Clobbering Times and gang and friends, talking what happened during the week, from the Oscars to Madam Web to who knows what. And we always throw a little bit of cooking and food in there too once in a while. So everyone's welcome to hang out with us on Sunday night over at my channel. So much appreciated, and always love hanging out with you guys and showing my awesome new comics I get every 2 weeks. So thanks for having me.
It's great to have you, Mark. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday, probably talking about Sweet Baby once again. Because God, that company is just so damn thirsty. But until then, guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. We'll see you guys in the next Comic Book Roundtable. Have a great evening, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.